Hey there guys, welcome to the Outdoor Gear Review. Today we're going to be going through the process of making char cloth and some fatwood. It's a beautiful day, it's about 25 degrees, everything is covered with sleet so it's nice and icy and slick, but we'll start with getting a fire going first and we'll move on to the next steps. Thank you guys for joining us, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is take the BK2 and we're just going to kind of bust up some wood here, just enough to get some kindling, get a nice base of embers and coals for our fire, and then we'll get started with the rest of the fun. The Becker BK2 is a fantastic knife, and it has been in testing here for a while with our project. Fairly soon we'll have a review for it, because it is such a good knife. Okay, what we're going to do now is basically start shaving off really fine bits of wood, because we're going to be using a ferro rod to start our fire. Anytime that I'm in the outdoors, I like to use an alternative means to start a fire other than a lighter, just to kind of hone your skills, I guess. I think everybody should be able to start a fire without a lighter, you know. And there's plenty of ways of doing it, that's for certain. Isn't that the truth? So basically what I'm going to do now is just create a bunch of really small pieces. Because we need something to catch onto our sparks. And as you can see, the BK2 does a really good job of shaving. In case you're wondering here, these are Marmot leather work gloves. They are lined, they are freaking awesome. Today, our pack of choice is the Camelbak Mole Bag. It's a great bag. Got the Sven Saw here, just in case we needed it. There we go. Here's our fire kit. And we're just going to be using the ferro rod today. And hopefully, we'll get a fire. I've been gathering some supplies here, and we are pretty much ready to fire this up. We got our wood shavings, we got some semi-dry bark that I've collected. I've got some twigs and sticks. Basically, I'm just going to ruffle this up, get as much dry powder, get as much surface area as possible. I want it to catch those sparks. And I don't think we'll have a problem doing it. Okay. Okay, we got our ferro rod here. Okay. Oops. Just about had it. There we go. Okay. Okay, my friends, we got the fire moved to the ground over here. We have a can that we found on the ground actually on my way up here. I'm going to use that to make our char cloth in and our fatwood. It's nice having the fire going. It's still pretty chilly. It's about 25 degrees today. Tonight we have a freezing rainstorm coming in, which I think I'm going to skip this time. If you guys watch my other video, the freezing rain adventure, that was pretty fun. But later on this week, the temperatures are supposed to mild out some. I'm planning some pretty long day hikes. Might even do a camp out. So anyway, I just got an old t-shirt that I'm going to use for our char cloth. Basically, when you're making char cloth, you want to do it in small little pieces. Bam. One of the neighbors is shooting, I guess. It's good to see that we have good, honest, hard-working Americans that support the Second Amendment. Okay. We're just slicing this up into small little squares. If you want to do this, you can do any size square that you want to, of course. But you don't need a whole lot when it comes time to actually starting your fire. It's more about it catching a spark and then transferring that spark to your bundle. Gosh, this is a nice knife. This is the BK2 Becker. The only thing I dislike about this knife after using this for weeks and weeks and weeks is the handle. The handle is not very good, very, very slick. It could be a whole lot better. But I'm going to put some grip tape on there. You can buy replacement handles if you need to, if you want to. One of our viewers recommended eBay, where he got a replacement handle. Alright, that's pretty good for now. I'm going to tend to the fire and be back in a second. Okay. With the can that I found, it's an old car wax can. Huh. I wonder just how old this stuff is. But it still has some old car wax in it. You know, and I thought about using this in conjunction with the pine resin just to see what happens, see how well that works out. But for the char cloth purposes, which I want to do first, I really want to get all this crap out of here. So I'm going to stick it in the fire, let this stuff melt. Yeah, just a little bit of ice to it. And then I'm going to clean it out with some of that shirt we have there. Okay, that won't take long. We have a nice little fire going. Gosh, it's so nice being able to just to go out of your front door, into the woods, get a fire going, heat up a can of car wax, listen to your neighbors shoot off their guns, and be by yourself. Isn't that awesome? Life is good, folks. See, there we go. You can hear that ice already. Okay. As you can see, that car wax is actually burning out of there. That is some toxic stuff. I'll rearrange the camera so you can see that better. As you can hear, this stuff is angry. Okay, I dumped that stuff out, and we're going to just put it right back into the fire and do it again. Basically what's happening here is you have a mixture of that wax, which is heating up, and the water. As it melts, reacting with that. It's almost like a grease fire, actually. But slowly and truly, we are getting that burned out of there. That's good. Basically what we got going on here, guys, we burn out all the wax out of the can. There's a little bit left on the lid that we're going to get rid of right now. I think we're in good shape to make some char cloth now. Put that over here. My homemade handle for our can here. You like that? I tried my best to get all the residue, the wax out of that can. For the most part, I think it is gone. I think we should be all right now. Our fire's doing great. Super, super hot, which is exactly what we want. Okay, guys, we got our can, which has been cleaned out. All the wax has been burned out of it. We have our cloth that we're going to turn into char cloth, ready to go. So, we'll go ahead and put some in there. And basically, what you're going to do is just... I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's turkeys out there. Love it. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. We got a number of squares in there, ready to go. We're going to put the lid on. We don't want this stuff to actually catch on fire. That's not what we're going after with char cloth. Okay, our char cloth is doing good. Heating up. I don't want it to burst into flames. I just want it to stop smoking eventually. And once it stops smoking, that means we're done. Okay, I think we are done. I'm gonna try to get this out of the fire here. Hopefully you guys can see that. But what we got in there is char cloth. And this will take a spark like no one's business. Okay. We have our char cloth that we just made here. And watch how well. Yep, see, look at that. You might not be able to see it, but it's burning already. That's exactly, I mean, it's meant to take, I wish I had something dry here so I could show you. It's meant to take a spark instantly. Maybe you can see that smoking a little bit there. I didn't actually have a fire bundle ready for this. I just wanted to show how quickly and how easily it takes a spark. And see, with that, if you had your tinder bundle ready, you could strike it, it'll take the spark, you put that in your bundle, you blow it to life. Yep. You can see how it's ashing away now. Absolutely fantastic. That really worked out well. Okay, well guys, I've been reconning this area here, and it turns out that there's only one pine tree, and I couldn't find any resin on it at all. It's just too small. It's just a sapling basically, and I'm not going to wound it to get sap out of it. So I think what we're going to do here, since we don't have any resin, we do have car wax that came in that old can, and it's all dried up and crumbly, but as you guys saw earlier, it's still very usable. We could definitely get this to work. This might be an interesting alternative. I've never used car wax before for this purpose, but I say we give it a shot. We might as well finish up making our char cloth. We'll use up the rest of that shirt. No point in wasting it. And plus, it's always handy to have for later. So I'm going to get this fire back to life. Since I've been out and about hiking around, we will, in the future, show you guys how to do Fatwood the right way, not with car wax. So all we got to do is just pick another spot on the property to do it. That's a little bit more suitable for what we're going for. So, alright, let's get this fire going. It's actually starting to warm up pretty good. That's nice. I'd say it's probably about in the mid-30s, maybe. Great jacket, by the way. Our fire is rocking and rolling again. Ah, feels good. While I'm doing this, I'd like to say thank you guys so much for watching and commenting and subscribing to the channel. It's been a lot of fun so far. I really appreciate the feedback that I've gotten from you guys. It's been killer. I really enjoy making these videos. It's fun getting outside anyway, but it's fun sharing with you all, some of the gear, some of the knowledge and stuff. Yeah, it's been great. So basically what I'm doing here is just making tiny squares out of this cloth. You can actually make them as big or small as you want to. But after it's actually been burned and turned into char cloth, ooh, it's getting hot. It's very easy to tear. So you can cut it now, you can cut it later. It's really whatever you want to do. Okay, that's pretty good for this round. We have our second round of char cloth going in. You can see already that it's starting to smoke, and that's good. Very, very good. You can basically do this with any type of can. And when I was coming up here, I didn't actually have one, and I was lucky enough to find this on the ground, actually. Why out in the middle of freaking nowhere there's a can of car wax? I don't know, but that's how mankind is. You'll find his garbage all over the place, won't you? Yep. But this time, in this instance, his garbage was my treasure, so. You can see that right now it's burning pretty good, and it's smoking away, which is exactly what we want. Okay, my friends, this is the last bit of our char cloth here. And now we are ready to move over to our car wax Fatwood. This is going to be absolutely interesting, that's for sure. Alright, let's go over here and take a look at our Fatwood that we got. Okay, that's our Fatwood there. And basically, we're going to put this in our can. This is the car wax that was originally in the can. And it's time to, yuck. It's time to melt this over our fire. Okay. That's okay. Basically what we got here is a candle. Just about fully melted now. I'm gonna grab our wood and throw it in. Ooh, yeah. Basically what you want to do here is to make sure that your wood gets fully impregnated with the resin or with the car wax or whatever mild pollutant that you're using. Okay. Now you can let this soak for a long period of time. You can even put it back into the fire. Let it cook in its own juices, impregnate even more so. This. Yeah, that's going to work really, really well. That I have no doubt about. Yeah. Let's see. It's all pretty dry now, which is good. We'll get a lighter. We'll test a piece out. We got a lighter. That's one of the first pieces that we had done. We're gonna scoot all this away. Actually, we'll just take this over here. What we got here is one of the first pieces of Fatwood that we made with car wax. It's pretty dry now. We're just gonna take a lighter to it. Oh yeah. We'll just let that go for a minute, see how long it burns. You can see the wax kind of melting off of it. Well, I can, maybe you can, I'm not sure. So my friends, in conclusion, today we basically made char cloth out of an old shirt we've made some fat wood with car wax, and it actually turned out to be very, very awesome. That's interesting for sure. I'll have to take a look at the video and see how long it actually burned for, and I'll annotate that in the video there. But thank you guys so much for joining us today with the outdoor gear review, as we had a lot of fun in the woods before the freezing rainstorm comes in tonight. Guess I'm gonna pack up and get on out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all that social stuff, and we'll see you guys next time. You all take care.